for your weekly dose of pop culture.
With Cassie and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, and hello. Welcome to the show. It's Kathy and Kenny explaining pop culture. And I know it looks a little different tonight because right now it's just me kind of hanging out here with you Saturday night. But I am being joined remotely by my partner in crime, my brother Kenny. Hello. Lisa is in the house. Lisa, please send me a text because I couldn't find your number in my phone. And that's because I don't know your married last name. And that's why it's not in my phone. But send me a text because I have some information I need to share with you. So I'm sorry. Point of personal privilege. Had to take care of that business. But you know what? I think my partner in crime is live on the scene for this week's edition of Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. This week we wanted to focus on giving back, and one of the ways we're going to give back is anyone who checks out our link in the description and buys us a coffee. We are going to be donating that to causes in the North and the South. So from North Carolina to South Jersey, people are working and doing what they can during this time. And I know as people get vaccines and as we move out of lockdown and people are starting to go out, but there's still people who are hurting and who are suffering and who are in need. So one of the things that Kenny is participating in is an event at a place called Miss Seeley's Blues, and we're going to check in with him in just a minute. I think he is live. I see him on the feed, so let's see if we got sound. Hey, Kenny Walker in the house. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
We're doing a turkey giveaway. We are doing a turkey giveaway in Turnersville, New Jersey. We performed, we performed, and we have free turkeys here to give away. We have food plates for sales. Hi. This is my friend, Kim Jacobs. Kim is organizing the whole turkey giveaway.
And brand launch. Purpose not permission. Please follow me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
If you're anywhere near Turnersville, we still have some turkeys left to give away.
Yeah.
So if you have any family, you know anybody that's in need, hit me up. Whatever, we have some turkeys here. This is Drew, one of our performers, a comic, a stand-up comedian. Also, we have this young man, Young Drug the Prophet, who is also a rapper. Marco Romeo, who is a performer also, he's a poet. And we have Keith Sleeveless, he's eating right now, but he's a rapper. We have Lexi, who's a poet. And we are just like, and we're sitting here in this place. We got food here. We're winding down, but we're trying to do a good thing here by giving turkeys and having these turkeys here for people who need them, for people who are starving. Because right now during the pandemic, it's a real rough time for a lot of people. It's a real rough time for a lot of people, and we're just trying to help out because it's people who are not working right now, people who are just struggling, and we're trying to help out with that. So I hosted the whole night, the whole event. The entertainers are like winding down. So Cass, I'm gonna let you take it over. I'll be back in the show as soon as I finish getting some grub because it looks like entertainers eat and they don't stop eating. And you can't tell. Hold on, I'm going to the room where I can take my mask off. You can't tell entertainers free food because when you do that, you're gonna lose a lot. So the entertainers are eating up all the food right now. I'm going to miss out because I'm talking to y'all. That's okay. I love you.
All right.
I love all y'all.
We love you. And again, go get your food on. I know that's important.
All right.
You,
we're wrapping up entertainment here, though. But still, if you know anybody near Turgersville, New Jersey, if anybody wants to hit me up on my Facebook, if you got my number, message me, whatever. If you know somebody who's in need and who might need a turkey, we do have a couple turkeys left that I would love to give to somebody to keep them in a good time. So let's help me give away these turkeys, man. Hit me up, holler at me. Peace.
So hit him up, holler at your boy. And again, Kenny is at Miss Seeley's Blues, and that's in Turnersville, New Jersey. And they are doing a free turkey giveaway for Easter Sunday. So if you know anybody in need who would be needing a turkey for Easter, by all means, please make sure you connect up with Kenny. You can get him on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. He's on all those things. And he's at KennyKPWalkerJr.com. You can surely find him, and the organization that is kind of putting this together and kicking it off is Purpose Not Permission. And in our link, we have a buy me a coffee, which usually supports the channel and the show. But for today and this week and the donations that we get to that buy me a coffee, we want to donate and split between, again, the North and the South. So sending half of that money to South Jersey, as well as here in North Carolina, through United Way is an organization that does a lot for the community and for people during this time of the pandemic. So we were going to make our donation to United Way on that front, who are working to help people during this time. So hopefully after Kenny gets his plate, I don't know if he's going to try to make it home or not, but it's stuck with me for a little while. So we'll probably have a slightly shorter show today. But when we talk about people doing things during the pandemic to give back, and again, I was thinking of this too. I'm like, we do a pop culture show. We're talking about, I had to sit through that 4-hour Justice League movie, and I know the geeky fans are like, oh, it was the best movie ever, but because it was true to the comic book. But that was 4 hours of my life I'm not going to get back. But again, it was a movie you couldn't watch I couldn't watch it in one sitting. And in fact, I was watching a little bit of it this morning because I'm sure I missed bits and pieces of it to make sure I kind of caught it all and understand it all. I'm sorry, I just think it was a little darker, and I liked the first movie that was shorter and had the humor to it. And I know some of the story wasn't fleshed out. I did like having Cyborg's story more fleshed out. And by the way, and I'm not sure if it is working properly, I was trying to get just a little background music, and that is coming courtesy of Harris Heller, who has a YouTube channel that offers string beats. So hopefully that's coming through. You can let me know in the comments if you can even hear that. Can you? No? Okay. I do not know. But anyway, since it's been over a year of various stages of lockdown and quarantine for folks, and I know during that time, there have been people who've lost jobs, who've lost income and livelihood. And one of the things I think whenever we're in times of trouble or times of crisis, you also get a chance to see people's humanity and how people come out for one another. I think we as a nation were probably more struck than some other places in the world, because we also had to deal with this crisis of social injustice and unrest, and that was a big part of what was happening. And even with the pandemic, the fact that minority communities, I think, were hit hardest, kind of shed some light on what was going on with our kind of healthcare system. So there was a lot to deal with and a lot to take in. But I think some people maybe took a negative stance to it, and some people took a positive stance to it and figured, okay, this is the situation. What can I do to help? I wanted to shout out two special ladies in my life. And for those of you who don't know, I am an educator. That's probably my fifth or sixth title because during the course of my life, I've done everything from corporate accounting to stand up comedy. But education has been one of the most fulfilling careers that I've been able to embark on. And one of the best parts about it are the people that you meet and you make contact and connection with. So that has always excited me. And when I first started out teaching, I was teaching at a place called the West Iredale Middle School here in Statesville, North Carolina. And you know what? I think the teachers that I met during that time and the people and the relationships I made are some of the ones that still maintain today. I remember a couple of years back, I actually had a chance to meet up with some of the ladies that I worked with back there. But I say all that to say this, that I wanted to share with you one of the ways these ladies have given back, and they've given back to me, so I definitely want to shout them out. And one way that people have been kind of making the best of the worst situation is, hey, realizing, you know what, we got to wear masks. We just have to, even though we've had our vaccine shots. Some of you might be still getting the shot. They're opening it up, and now more people are getting it. Personally, I just had my second shot on Wednesday. So I had my second shot on Wednesday. Thursday, I was kind of in zombie land. I didn't run a fever, but I just had full body ache, and it wore me out. I thought it was so interesting when I went to get the shot, and I'll come back to my thought. I have a little time today because I don't have Kenny to compete with, but he'll be back later. Don't worry. But when I went to get my second shot, the woman is like, "Do you want some Tylenol?" And I'm thinking, no, it's a nice day out. I'm feeling good. I'm getting my shot. Look at me. I'm taking a selfie. I'm getting my shot. It's all good. I'm like, Tylenol? I don't need no stinking Tylenol. Man, I wish I'd taken the Tylenol. Because by the time I got home, well, I know your arm is going to be sore. So, yes, if you have to get the vaccine, your arm is going to be sore. I mean, even when you get your flu shot, your arm is sore. You'll live. You'll survive. Don't worry about it. No big deal. But that night, I definitely needed. In fact, I think in that 24-hour period, I probably had more Tylenol than is legally allowed because I was just an achy mess. But I am feeling fine now, which is I'm thankful for. And again, waiting my 2 weeks, hopefully. But in that time, even though I have the vaccine, I know you still have to wear a mask. So that gets me back to what I was talking about originally, which are these amazing ladies in my life who have sent me these masks that I want to share and show with you. My first one, and I know they're all nice and new because they're so pretty. I got in trouble because I didn't wear one of them to get my shot. I just had I keep spare just basic black ones in the car because I always forget when I'm jumping out to go shopping or to do something. But my first one is, I think, gorgeous. Hopefully that'll come. And I don't know if you can see that. You have to be a math nerd to appreciate this particular mask. It has the pi symbol. It's my Pi Day mask, which Pi Day was actually not on a school day this year. It was on a Sunday. But if you don't know, March 14th, 3.14 is Pi Day. uh, Man, and so this was made by my friend uh, Natalie Kelly, and who is just excellent with the sewing machine. She is uh, the craft woman. You have to see some of her quilts. They are unbelievable. And I know Marshall does the beadwork, and he's great at that. But Natalie blessed me with some really cool masks. And again, we're math nerds, so of course we have to have masks with numbers on them. Awesome. So if you want to get hooked up with some of Natalie's masks, I can uh, you can send me an IM and I will hook you up and get you in touch with Natalie because she is making those things. I know my friend Judy also made some really incredible masks. Judy, Natalie, and I actually did a 40-mile bike trek in New York City a couple years back, but these were from Natalie, and they are totally awesome. And the cool thing is when she makes her masks, she actually they are like triple layered, and even have a pocket that you could put like a filter in. I don't have. Do I have? Actually, these cool filters. Sorry, I know it's like you're on camera, so let's just bend over and go. But no, these little filters, you can actually buy these PM 2.5 filters at Amazon, actually. And but these filters you can put inside the mask to give you that extra layer of protection. And if you get it in there, I usually have to fidget it around to get the filters in there. And but you know what's cool though? If you don't know, this is something you can try. If you don't have the P2 PM 2.5 filters, you don't need the PM 2.5 filters. You could take a coffee filter and put it in there and still again get that same effect and protection. So that is cool. Also, my other awesome mask, and I had one that I had washed, but I didn't iron it, so I'm not going to bring that one out because that would be embarrassing. I'll take one of the ones that I haven't worn yet, but I got a whole series of purple masks because my new school colors are kind of like purple and teal, and that is from my good friend Becca Alley. And look at that, her COVID-19 mask, 4 layers. Oh man, complete with the instructions, and that is so awesome. So thankful to her for sending me those lovely masks. And I know the one, there was a gray one that I wore that one ready, but the purple ones are so pretty and so regal. And this particular one actually matches so well with an African outfit that I have that I'm excited to wear that with that one. I usually wear my African outfits during Black History Month, but I might have to pull that one out just to wear that mask, especially as the weather gets warmer. But again, even though I've had the vaccine, I will still be sporting my mask. And you know what I love about hers? Because they have these loops where I can tighten it and stuff. So that is going to be awesome. Anyway, but the other two I washed and didn't iron, so I'm not going to show you those. But I just wanted to send a shout out and a thank you to both Natalie and Becca for sharing those masks with me. And again, I'm not sure how many they've made, if they have any to additional to give away or to even sell. So if you need masks or more information, um, hit me a note and I will get you in touch with them, and they can let you know how. How to get one of their cool masks. Um, Also, we put a link in, I'll put it in the description as well, but we wanted to have a link if anybody wanted to come on and just come online and let us know some ways that you have worked to give back. I know my cousin Lisa's saying, um, whenever she hears about food giveaways and vaccine information, always letting others know and just going through the contacts on the phone. So and again, that's one way, just sharing some knowledge, sharing some information. And I have some information I need to share with you too. Um, and fact, yeah, I definitely have some information I want to share with you. So, but no, there are all different kind of ways to give back and to think about things that you can do. Because I think a lot of times, if you're thinking and worrying about giving back or doing for others, it kind of I find it's a way to take the stress off of you. So, and if in these times you are getting frustrated and things are feeling like, it's too much, then maybe if you're doing something for somebody else, it takes the stress off. It definitely takes the stress off. Anyway, something like this takes the stress off as well. Saturday nights are usually a time that I can kind of kick back and joke with my brother. And you guys won't believe it, but we do the show. I don't know why it's at 8:30. It probably could be 8 o'clock. It probably could be 7 o'clock. I have no idea. We just started doing it at 8:30, and it kind of stuck. But what usually happens is after the show, we're kind of backstage, and it's almost like a FaceTime. So we are usually on for another hour and a half. Sometimes we're talking about what we're going to talk about next week. Sometimes we're just being silly and just talking and catching up, because it has seriously been a serious year since I've been able to kind of hook up and talk and see my brother, my nieces, my nephew who's back from Japan with his wife and child. I have yet to meet Milo, so I know one of the things I'm going to be looking forward to when travel is safe and we can do it, and is definitely going up to South Jersey and Philadelphia area and visiting with family, because I haven't seen them in a while and I miss them. Definitely miss them. But if you are missing family, or just, I don't know, just missing some of the things that you're used to doing and you haven't been able to do for a while, we wanted to suggest to you that one of the ways that you can kind of find the rainbow in what otherwise would be a stressful situation is to put the focus and put the energy on giving back and doing something for others. So that's, again, something to think about. What do we got going on? I was waiting because I thought Kenny was getting his food to go, but you know, Kenny, if they're giving him free food, he is probably going to be there for a while. But needless to say, this is something we do every Saturday night, and we just appreciate the folks who come out and hang with us and just kick back and talk a little pop culture. This week, originally our topic was going to be Star Wars, and we'll probably save Star Wars for either next week or later in April. I'm not sure, because Kenny might want to change the programming. So next Saturday is either going to be our Star Wars show, or um well, I don't know. Now, see, here's my problem. If it's a Star Wars show, I can go back and I can talk original Star Wars, but I am not current on the new Star Wars. So I don't know. You can help me out. If you have seen The Mandalorian, please help me out, because I have not. I don't know whether that's something I need to invest time in watching, or should I watch the latest Star Wars movie. I don't know. There was something about the magic of the original Star Wars and seeing it in the theater. And I didn't watch the next three, the prequels that came out. Those I did miss. So I probably have to come back around and watch the prequels. By the way, on the screen, down, am I pointing the right way? Yeah. This is at Purpose Not Permission, and that is the organization that is sponsoring the turkey giveaway. So the place is Miss Seeley's Blues, located in Turnersburg, South Jersey, and they are providing free turkeys. So if you don't have a meal for Easter planned already, well, there you go. You can go by there and pick up a free turkey. And if you're unable to get there, if you want to send a message to Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture on our Facebook page, or send it directly to Kenny. And Kenny is on most of his social media, I believe, is under Kenny KP Walker Jr. So you can get in touch with him, and he can put you in touch with the turkey. And again, I can't think of my brother and think of turkey without thinking of the scene from WKRP, because it's possibly the funniest ever scene about turkeys. But that's something that he was working on, and he was doing that tonight. And originally he was going to, let's cancel the show. Let's not do the show. I said, well, you know what? It's just me. I'll do a show. It'll be an abbreviated show, shorter show tonight. Sorry, but hey, because it's just me. But I figured I could highlight some of the ways that people are giving back and people are serving the community. And when you think about, service and even pop culture, I was thinking, are those two things even related? And I realized, oh, yes, indeed they are. And if you remember, in the 80s, we had a little bit of a surge of that kind of feeling, and that was very much what pop culture was doing. We had the Band-Aid song, Do They Know It's Christmas?, where you had Bob Geldof kind of assembling all these artists. And for the most part, I think it was a lot of English artists, like artists based in England and Ireland, like U2 and Duran Duran, and just a whole host of Boy George. I think he sang on that as well. Man, I can't remember. There were some American artists that were part of Band-Aid, because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Jody Watley. Why am I remembering? Wasn't Jody Watley in Band-Aid? I probably have to Google it and look it up to make sure, but I'm pretty sure Jody Watley was on there. Don't ask me why. But again, pop culture has that kind of history of kind of participating and being a part of it. Paul Young. There were a lot of different singers, and like I said, most of them were UK based performers. Sting performed on there. Let's see. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Jody Watley was in on that Band-Aid single, because there weren't a lot of like American artists, but I guess if they happened to be in England when they recorded it, then hey, they made the cut and they got to be on that record. But I do remember Duran Duran, definitely. Oh, my good friend Terry Wall, so good to see you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Again, it's a little off show today, because usually it's me and my brother. But Terry Wall, and I miss you, because I was getting to see Terry at the buses, at least when I was still at Statesville High. So we got to get you driving the bus over the east just so I can see you. I hope you are well, my friend. So glad that you stopped by. And as I was saying, it is a little show my brother and I do Saturday nights. Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. And like for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking DC movies, Marvel movies. Next week, it'll probably be Star Wars movies, although he'll be doing the talking, because like I said, I'm not up on my Star Wars, although we might change it all together. And Ed Brown is in the house. Oh, we love it when Ed Brown is in the house. Ed Brown is the man. I wish I had the sound effects going, but okay, that lets me know Ed Brown is in the house, and he's got the lowdown. Oh, Robert Cool Bell was on there on the Band-Aid? Really? Okay. See, I knew it was mainly like, English, Irish artists, not so much American, but hey, that's pretty cool. Phil Collins, yes, Adam Clayton and Bono from U2. Oh, the Boomtown Rats, because again, Bob Geldof was a member of the Boomtown Rats. Spandau Ballet. Oh my goodness. Did you not love Spandau Ballet in the 80s? Maybe you didn't. I don't care if you didn't. If you didn't, you were wrong. If not, go back and listen to Highly Strung. That is like the best Spandau Ballet song ever. I know I'm off on a tangent. It'll happen. I apologize. No, I don't. But anyway, I'm sorry. Love Spandau Ballet. But Bananarama. Oh my gosh, yes. Bananarama. Martin Kemp from Spandau Ballet. Phil Collins, definitely. Yes. Oh, total cool. You know what? Ed is just so awesome. You know what? Ed is the man. And if you don't know Ed, that's Ed. Ed Brown. He is my official brother from another mother. Oh, on the YouTube, on the YouTube. Oh, yes, definitely. But as I was saying, like again, Band Aid, and I believe, and Ed'll look it up because Ed's good like that. I believe there was a remake of "Do They Know That It's Christmas Time" with some American artists in the '90s. I I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But I don't know who the artists are, and probably was like a bunch of boy band types, so I don't remember. But another big one, or the American version of that whole idea of giving back and songs and art and performance that was geared to help others in need was "We Are the World," which was that famous recording after the Grammys, where Michael a song that Michael Jackson had written, and I believe Lionel Richie co-wrote, or was it Quincy Jones? Or Quincy Jones might have been the producer, but "We Are the World," which featured Michael, Diana Ross, and of course Latoya. Why was she there? Nepotism. Anyway, and a bunch of artists who came and actually performed after the Grammys. True. And I know "True" is the most popular song by Spandau Ballet, and it is one of the 80s greats. I do love "True." But I'm telling you, "Highly Strung" is really good. Band Aid 2, okay. All right, see, that's why you gotta love Ed. He's always got the facts. Okay, this version was released in 1989, was produced by a British songwriting and production team. Okay, it was known as Stock, Aiken, and Waterman. The only artist from the original Band Aid to be featured again in this version was Sarah Dallin and Karen Woodward of Bananarama. See, I thought there was an American version, though. I was so sure that there was an American version. But hey, I don't mess with Ed because I know Ed knows. Ed knows when some of the rest of us don't know. Ed knows. So I don't fact check behind Ed. Oops. But I do accidentally hit a button and pop up the comments when I really shouldn't. All right. I was talking "We Are the World." And again, another example of a song that was designed to give back. And I don't know, we haven't had a lot of songs, and I know there have been songs like we could do a whole show just like on the protest songs, because I remember there was one song before 9/11. It was a time when we were about to embark on another war, and there were a bunch of artists who got together, and I thought they were doing "Give Peace a Chance," but I could be wrong. Um, hmm, More stuff I have to look up. Uh, but we haven't seen, and that's what I'm really surprised that we haven't seen any kind of let's see, 1989 performers on that second edition. Okay, so was Kylie Minogue on the first one? Hmm. Or Cliff Richard? Or Lisa Stansfield? Oh, okay, so maybe it was more those late '80s performers. And oh, I'd like me some Lisa Stansfield. I mean, she's no Tina Marie, but pretty good in the blue-eyed soul category. So okay, so Bananarama was the only one. Uh, a charity group called Band Aid. Okay, Band Aid 20 was the 2004 incarnation of the charity group Band Aid. The group, which included Daniel Bedingfield, and I guess his sister was the one, Natasha Bedingfield, who had the. Oh God, I'm hearing the song now. I'm hearing it in my head from the movie Easy A. Justin Hawkins of The Darkness, Chris Martin of Coldplay, Bono of U2, Paul McCartney. Oh wow, okay, so that was pretty good. If you got Paul McCartney and Bono, ooh, on the Band Aid song, that's pretty good. But again, I think there was something about the original too that was just so good, and again, so fun to see, just like the performers working and performing together, especially. Um, oh, back in the '80s, I love me some Boy George. I don't know why, but that first album, uh, something about the music of the '80s, and maybe because during the '80s, I was a DJ, so I had albums, I had vinyl. I don't have any vinyl now, and I don't have a vinyl. I don't have a. I don't even have a record player. I might have an old one in the back, but it doesn't have a needle. And I am not going on. I won't do it. I won't go on Amazon. I won't. I won't commit to it. And I know there's a whole resurgence, and people are bringing back the vinyl. But help me. I used to have crates and crates of vinyl. A lot of them. We've had a couple floods, and they've all gotten warped. So I don't. A lot of that got thrown out. When I moved to New York, I left it all in Jersey, and I don't think it made it down here to North Carolina. So a lot of my vinyl is gone. And the biggest thing I miss about my vinyl are my 12 inches. Oh, I miss those 12 inches. Okay, all right. Let's sing a song and for the 12 inches that have gone by. But anyway, but music has been a way to give back. I think celebrities a lot of times they'll do charitable events, but I don't know. I think why don't we have um, more performances or songs or things to help people who are struggling with this pandemic? And I know, okay, relief checks, but that's like temporary help. But there are a lot of people who are still really, really hurting for food, hurting for work, hurting for a lot of different things, hurting for even health care. So, hey, I propose we have another Band Aid type recording, another We Are the World kind of recording. And I know some of those efforts were going to the people in Africa. And there are probably people, excuse me, um, in other countries that are probably like us in need of getting vaccine, masks, and equipment and all kinds of things that they need. So that's it. That's what I'm proposing. You know what? Like Bono's going to be listening to me. But if he is, he needs to whip up a song or something and get some other artists. And you know what? They can zoom it in a video. They've been doing all this other zooming and streaming and all of these kind of things. And people are starting to get back into studios and do things. Hey, that's something that they should do. Anybody on board with me? If you are, let me know in the comments. Yeah, do we need another Live Aid type or Live Aid Band Aid type event? Actually, oh man, another Live Aid type event. That would be awesome. So We Are the World is a charity single, originally recorded by the supergroup USA for Africa. That's right. That was in 1985. It was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. See, the mind goes when you're over 50, heck, when you're over 55. I'm just surprised at the stuff that doesn't pop into your head that you don't know like you used to know when you know. But it was produced by Quincy Jones. And I know Quincy has produced a lot of things. He actually produced songs by Dinah Washington, which I love Dinah Washington. She's my favorite. But every time I think of Quincy Jones, you know what song I think of? I Know Corita. I Know Corita. That's where I am. You send me there. I'm sorry, I on that tangent. But that to me, that's the quintessential Quincy Jones song. And it might not be for you, but you'll look it up because now it's in your head, or it will be in your head. You'll know Corita before you're done. Anyway, and Michael O'Martin for the album We Are the World with sales in excess of 20 million copies. It is the 8th best-selling physical single of all times. And we probably can't even get a single because I guess the way they stream now, you don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you. And I'm thinking, oh, my voice sounds like anyway. But thank you. No, I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, see, this is why we love Ed. He gets all the facts and he gets them in the comments. All right. In order of appearance, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers, the late Kenny Rogers. Okay, no, we won't start playing Living or Dead. James Ingram. Actually, is James Ingram alive? Now you're going to have me wondering. Tina Turner, Billy Joel, Michael Jackson, Donna Ross, Dionne Warwick, Willie Nelson, Al Jarreau. Oh, God. I loved me some Al Jarreau. Roof Garden. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm violating the whole we don't sing on this channel rule, but there's something about Roof Garden by Al Jarreau. Listen to it. Love it. You'll thank me later. Bruce Springsteen, Kenny Loggins, Steve Perry. Oh, Sherry, I love. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting hair on the microphone. I'm having a moment. Excuse me. Sorry. This is not how you're supposed to live stream for real. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment. I'm getting all red in the face. Sorry. Okay, let's chill. Let's bring it back. Get it together. Who else was on this album? Oh, Huey Lewis. And actually, I'm sorry, Daryl Hall. No Oates? I guess Oates doesn't really sing. But Huey Lewis, who evidently he doesn't even perform anymore. And I'm not sure... Oh God, and I remember hearing about it because I was listening on Sirius XM, and he was talking about a health issue that he had, but because of it, he's not performing anymore. Cyndi Lauper, Kim Carnes. Ooh, this was seriously 80s. Betty Davis eyes. Kim Carnes, Betty Davis eyes. Bob Dylan, Ray Charles. Wow. Who else? Oh, Dan Aykroyd. Okay, now Dan Aykroyd, that's kind of like she got in on that LaToya thing. He got on the LaToya thing because he wasn't singing. Harry Belafonte, Lindsey Buckingham, Mario Chippanella. I don't know. It seems like I should know him, and I don't. Johnny Cola. Sheila E. Oh, Sheila E. Oh, some Sheila E. Love me some Sheila E. Bob Geldof. And if you have not seen Sheila E. in concert, oh my God, there was nothing like it. I remember seeing Sheila E. in the Spectrum, every light off. All you had was those glow-in-the-dark drumsticks, and Homegirl was just... Oh, it was the best. Anyway, I go on from time. Oh, Bob Geldof. So again, Bob Geldof was the author of, or composer and kind of organizer of the Band Aid event. So he was a part of Live Aid, which I'm sorry, I keep saying Live Aid. He was at Live Aid, but he was a part of USA for Africa because, again, I think it was definitely inspired by the success that Do They Know It's Christmas Time had. Billy Gibson, Chris Hayes, and I don't think that's the MSNBC guy, Sean Hopper, Jackie Jackson, Latoya Jackson, Marlon Jackson, Randon Jackson, Tito Jackson, and they ain't invite Janet. That's a shame. Waylon Jennings, Bette Midler, John Oates. So yeah, we had Hall, so we had to have some Oates. Jeffrey Osborne, the Pointer Sisters. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Oh man. But anyway, we are the world. We are the children. Okay. I'm not gonna keep singing because that's just not what I'm able to do. But I look darn good in a choir robe. All right. Okay. Yeah. Not a singer, but yeah, I can lip sync with the best of them. And Quincy Jones, of course, the conductor. James Ingram is dead. I'm sorry to hear that. And 100 Ways, find 100 Ways, James Ingram. And I think Patty Austin, too, passed away. And I know that Baby Come to Me was also produced. It was from a Quincy Jones album. And I'm going to be falling into this pit of depression. And that is not my intent for today. Today, again, on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture, we thank you so much for kind of hanging out with us. If you check our link in the description, the site buymeacoffee.com/kwalkcomedy. If you visit that site and make a donation, we are going to split whatever we take in from this week's shows. In fact, I think we had a $15 donation earlier this month, so I'm going to include that as well. And split it in half from the north to the south. So half of it will go to Purpose Not Permission, which is an organization which is working to get turkeys in people's hands and homes so they have something for Easter dinner. And for the North Carolina part, we're going to take half of that and donate it to the United Way that's doing a lot of great things within this community that I live in here in Statesville. So it's kind of about giving back. So bless your heart, Terry Wall. Bless your heart. I know. It's like, you know what? I look like I should be able to sing. And it's just not fair that that's not one of my talents. But, you know, I got to work with what I got. And thankfully, I do have this voice. And sometimes it does work. And one of the ways that you can hear my voice is on my podcast, which is Year of Leading Dangerously. I kind of had to change the name because I'm no longer an assistant principal, but it is about leadership and school leadership in particular. So if you listen to podcasts or get podcasts, it's called Year of Leading Dangerously. And right now on the podcast, I'm kind of journeying through what is my first year as a principal of a middle school. So do check that out. Also know that you can check out Kenny on his webpage, KennyKPWalkerJr.com, and you can hear about the stuff he does with spoken word at Miss Seeley's Blues. He also does a positive and productive message every morning, just about every weekday morning. That's pretty cool. He also does a Nerd Nation podcast with his friend Megan on Sunday nights. So if you get a chance, check that out. You know, you can find us on YouTube every Saturday night, as well as our Facebook page, Kathy and Kenny Explore Pop Culture. Usually I do those plugs at the 9 o'clock hour, but you know, I forget. But we get them in. And oh, you know what? Here, we'll do a commercial. Can we do a quick commercial? 10-second commercial. Here we go. Boom. See? Little commercial. I don't know. I love playing around with little video clips and junk like that. The other commercial actually was a commercial I did for Kenny, and his album actually is still available. He has a album of spoken word. It's called Throwing Paper, and we're going to shoot that one at you too as we wind down and wrap up and do a few plugs. If you'll forgive me, I'm going to do a few plugs. Sorry.
When we can do this, it's all one love. Do it for the world, because see, that's what I'm thinking of. This racism thing, it's just another form of hate. Let's throw it all away so we can all be great. And if I can teach the world to appreciate color, if I can teach the world to love one another, I can die a truly free man because I live the best way I can.
All right, that's Throwing Paper, which is Kenny's CD, or no, I guess it's not really a physical CD. It's available to be streamed on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, all the places that you get stuff that you listen to. You can get that stuff. And actually, the stuff I listen to, I actually have discovered a thing called Overdrive, and I don't know if you have Overdrive, but this is a pop culture thing that's important. And one week we are going to talk books, and I know Kenny's not going to like it, but we are going to do books, and that will probably be in April so that we can share some of our favorite books, because when we talk pop culture, it's more than just movies, TV, and music. There's books, there's theater, there's a lot of stuff. Speaking of which, for those of you who are in the North Carolina area, auditions are being held tomorrow for the Hickory Community Theater. And last year, this time, I had the absolute honor to appear in this production, A Raisin in the Sun. Ooh, yeah. That was amazing, with my co-star Jordan Randall, who was amazing in that play. And gosh, I miss plays too. So it's something that we don't get to do. But in any case, Hickory Community Theater is having auditions for their next production, which is Skeleton Crew, which is one of a trio of plays based in Detroit. And I can't remember. I want to say Dominique. I can't remember the name of the playwright. Please forgive me. But anyway, their auditions, I believe, were tonight and I believe tomorrow as well. And again, probably if this wasn't a year as a new principal and with everything else on my plate, I would definitely love to be a part of that audition. But for those of you who are interested in venturing back out and into the arts, you might want to consider checking that out, Hickory Community Theater. You can find them on Facebook as well as the web, so that is something to check out. So I was kind of trying to hang out, and I really appreciate you guys for hanging out and sticking around with me. Ed, I thank you. I love you. You provide so much great information. Lisa, thank you for hanging out and being here as always, as well as Terry. So good to see you. I really thought Kenny would either get his food to go and get back home and join me on the stream before we finished up, but it didn't happen. I had to hold it down all by myself. Oh, he's going to hear about it. Oh, he is going to hear about it. Definitely. But I thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I think we're going to probably throw this show home. Great show. Enjoy the rest of your night on purpose. I definitely will. Love you. I love you too. In fact, I love all of you, and I appreciate you guys so much for kind of hanging out and being a part of the show with just me, and also when Kenny is here. We kind of look forward to it. It's fun for us to bond, but it's also fun for us to kind of check in with you guys, for you to weigh in on all things pop culture. So we will be back next Saturday. So by all means, tune in 8:30. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Thank you again so much for hanging out with us. Peace. Peace out. Yeah.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.